Bam! Alright, we're recording. We're doing this podcast again. What is it, the Three Amigos?
Three Amigos.
Yeah, the Three Amigos.
We're here to discuss everything going down in the past. Well, since Royal Rumble, really, we haven't done one. So.
Yeah, pretty much since the Royal Rumble, right?
So, a lot's changed at the Rumble as well, yeah.
Where should we start?
A lot has changed. A lot's changed, yet we don't know where to start. Shane O'Mac, obviously, see the big talk.
Should we start with Shane?
Shane O'Mac's back.
Yeah, man. The
excitement.
Shane covered then, or?
Yeah, that's it, right?
That's Shane covered. Moving on. Shane's back.
How psyched were you guys to see Shane O'Mac back?
It was very I did get it ruined by one of the Facebook pages, one of the like pages, the Spotlight ruined that for me. You talked about. Yeah, but just don't look at it whenever there's a big event on, or Raw. They update every 5-10 minutes. Actually, I heard of the Spotlight through our podcast. They commented in one of our podcasts. Go like their page.
Nice.
So full circle of spoilers, eh? But yeah, Shino's back. Do you think he's staying back, or is it just WrestleMania hype? Have you heard any rumors? Dirt sheets now? You're the man for the dirt sheets.
No one really thinks, but I would guess he's just back from Mania.
I think so. He's back for a Mania job.
I don't see him beating the Undertaker.
Maybe, but there's so much and it just. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't see him beating Undertaker either, but it's just he's too small of an opponent inside a Hell in a Cell match. It just seems too predictable or something if he doesn't win.
Yeah. Something has to go down there.
It'd
be good to see. I mean, he's so good though. He's so good on the mic.
Well, he's so good in the ring, man. We were watching some of his older matches on the network, and you know the one he does against Kurt Angle at King of the Ring.
Oh yeah.
Oh God! Watch that match, man.
Well, they did a tribute video to remind everybody how good he once was.
Yeah, I saw the video. That's wwhy we started watching some of his old matches, because we saw the tribute video and we saw Shino doing a shooting star press, and we were like, when the fuck did Shane O'Mac do a shooting star press?
Awesome, I'm about to say, Tribe Society or something like that. We Could Be Kings or something. It is a very good song. I downloaded it on Spotify.
Well,
good.
We saw him doing the shooting star press, and we were like, when did he ever do the shooting star press? Turns out he does the shooting star press in that match against Kurt Angle. And that match, that match with Kurt Angle is so packed with amazing moments that you forget about the shooting star press. That's how good that match is.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a really good match. Is that Nal gone? Is Nal gone again?
I think so.
I think Nal gone to wrestle his dad, maybe.
Oh yeah.
He's gone to wrestle his dad.
That's not good. That means I'm gonna have to edit this and cut it up, and I hate cutting it up.
No, they cut it up. I keep it in. People need to know that Nal wrestles his dad in between takes of the podcast.
Listen, man. Who amongst us hasn't wrestled Nal's dad?
Yeah, well, very good point.
I know I have.
Everybody go Nal's dad on Twitter. Oh, he's gone. We've lost Nal. He'll be back.
Is he definitely gone?
He always comes back.
Whenever he comes back, we'll add him back in, and then it'll be like nothing ever happened.
Let's see, he's messaged me. He must be like, oh, you guys are kicking me out of the podcast.
That's what you deserve, bruh. No,
big show.
I'm gonna have to keep putting
I think I'm back in.
You're back.
Nice.
Quick.
Something interesting.
No, we covered for you pretty well. I don't think anybody would notice.
We covered. No one noticed you were gone at all.
We talked about the Big Show.
Yep, Big Show's great.
Isn't he? He's the best.
Oh, nah, look at Nal's picture. There's that's running up. Fuck Nal. Right, we're hijacking the show. Nal's gone again.
Oh, again?
No, he's still here.
Oh, he's still here. I thought that was the sign of you disconnecting. So Shane O'Mac will believe is just going to be here for WrestleMania then?
Yeah.
That's the rumor?
I think so.
That's piss. That is piss.
It's a shame, man, because Shane was really good. But then, what else? What's going to happen? Is he going to come back and take over the WWE? So now we've got another authority thing going on. Like, is that what's gonna happen? You know, like if he wins a WrestleMania, like how long is this authority thing gonna last for?
Yeah, I couldn't see Triple H and Shane both kind of being in power, sort of rules, and also couldn't see Triple H wrestling again, so couldn't see him being under Shane, you know, the wrestler, you know.
Yeah. It's just.
But yeah, speaking of Triple H, we're fast forwarding a lot here by this one, but how good was that Dean Ambrose Triple H match?
It was pretty good.
I thought Triple H did really well in that match.
I thought it was a pretty great match. It was a pretty great event overall, actually.
It was pretty good event, yeah, really good matches in it, wasn't there?
Back that there once we finish discussing Shane O'Mac.
Just saying, Shane O'Mac's back, so Triple H still got it. Shane O'Mac, predictions for Shane O'Mac going forward then. I would have said, you told me now there was rumours of the Bullet Club or something helping Shane out. I don't really get why, because
it wasn't really a rumour, it was just sort of like a fantasy booking thing for us. But there's no like legitimate source to it. Just something that people have.
Well, taking it from there, what would be pretty cool is if that did happen, that would be pretty unreal. But they help Shane thinking it's going to get them like noticed, but Shane's actually pretty pissed at them for doing it because he's a noble guy. So Shane remains good, and they keep like trying to like play up to Shane like we helped you, you know, like give us a break kind of thing. But Shane's like kind of pissed that he cost him to win clean sort of thing. You know, because you said that there, I thought it was a theory, but. It could play out where Shane could stay face. You know, it just takes a bit of creative thinking.
Yeah.
Which people don't seem to have in the WWE too much.
That's it, man. They don't got no creative thinking, so that's the end of that.
Yep, donkey brains.
Oh yeah, hashtag.
Donkey brains. Yeah, this episode called Donkey Brains.
Oh, we come up with another new name for it, really?
No, the name of this episode.
Oh, okay, so the episodes have names now. Okay.
Yeah. This episode is called Donkey Brains.
Of course.
Okay, so that's Shane O'Mac pretty much covered. Well, not really covered. What do you think? How do you think he looked whenever he beat up those security guards?
I didn't see him beat up the security guards.
No, he didn't look very good, did he? He looked like he was throwing Yeah, he's like he was taking a fit. He's taking like a mad bitch fit, just like throwing knees and fists, and I don't know.
That's how I fight. That's how I fight.
That's how Dylan fights. So it's all good. Vince and Shane are brilliant. They're like great drama. They're great, you know.
Yeah.
That segment Raw was brilliant. Really good. Say what you want about Vince McMahon, but he still got it.
Yeah, but he is like 70 years old now, so you would expect him to kind of disappear off TV for a little bit.
Yeah, like I've heard something he said about the NXT guys, where he doesn't really, he's not big on NXT, you know, and he's pretty much sees them all as kind of like just nobodies, you know, like no real potential.
Where did you hear that?
I read an article like a couple of days ago. Can't remember where I read it, but no, it was something like YouTube, WWE YouTube channel, and it was discussing like pet peeve, like something like problems with Vince McMahon or people he's not big on. And I think one of them was Tyler Breeze, but then they went into how it wasn't just Tyler Breeze, how he thinks like a lot of NXT guys are just like.
I don't know if that. I think that's just a rumor, man. I don't think that's a proper thing. I think that's just like speculation because, again, people aren't getting pushed the way the internet wants them to get pushed. Because if you look at the champions or the former champions or the success of NXT guys in the last couple of years, it's been really good. Like Tyler Breeze is like an exception to the rule because other than Tyler Breeze, most of the NXT guys that come up have been pretty successful.
Yeah, that's true. You think about Kevin.
Oh yeah, okay. The Ascension and Tyler Breeze, but everybody else like Cesaro and The Shield, Kevin Owens, you know, they've all done pretty well for themselves.
Bo Dallas would be an exception.
Bo Dallas is still on TV though. He's still getting around. Like when is Tyler Breeze ever on TV?
Tyler, he'll be on SmackDown all the time, but he's just there as a jobber, just beat.
Exactly, man. At least the other guys have TV time and like, you know, stuff going for them. But I think that the other thing is just a rumor. I wouldn't read too much into that.
That's kind of true. When you think about it, Seth Rollins, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, Seth Rollins, the heavyweight champion, Roman Reigns, heavyweight champion, Dean Ambrose in the main event, you know, guys like that, they're all doing pretty well for themselves.
Finn Balor seems to be coming up a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, all the women that were from NXT are, they're the women that people are paying attention to now. So,
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, exactly, all of this. Cesaro.
Shout out Sami Zayn.
All those guys.
Did Cesaro come?
Yeah, Cesaro's in NXT, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he was ever in NXT full time, but he, and stuff.
Yeah, he never came from NXT, did he? He wasn't
he was definitely NXT, right?
Yeah, he went down. He was just on the main roster at the same time. Just sort of had guest spots where he had a few Sami Zayn and people.
Okay.
He had a great match, 2 out of 3 falls match with Sami Zayn.
Nice.
I watched. Jumping the gun a little bit here, but I watched Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe.
Oh,
2 out of 3
yeah?
falls.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet, but I know Joe's gonna win.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's a good show.
It lasts like an hour.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Quality match.
It was really good match. So yeah, really good match. So what else is big in the world of wrestling right now? Golden Truth. Our boys are still doing it.
I love it.
It's came back in. That's what I was losing interest from, but it's coming back
Lost
in.
me for a while, and then came back around because now R-Truth is the one fan to do the recruiting.
Yeah, the kid pulled a bit of a flip there. Yeah, I'm feeling the Golden Truth a bit more. And I like that Goldust is wearing just normal clothes with a Goldust t-shirt with a face paint.
Yeah, I love that. I love how he'll wear the face paint. Sometimes you'll see him in a suit, but he'll still have the face paint on. That's commitment, man.
Yeah.
Goldust is quality though. I love Goldust.
Goldust is so good. It's so good. His last run, when he was with Cody, he put on some great matches. Plus, his backstage segments are gold.
Oh, gold, yeah, literally gold. Oh yeah,
Goldust is awesome.
He is, isn't he? He's just, and I like R-Truth as well. So I'm really glad they're sticking him as a tag team to kind of get them, on TV, because that's all you need to do is keep people on TV, and people are going to stay interested in them.
Okay, so now on the topic of tag teams, when did New Day turn face? Did I miss this?
Ken did it via Twitter by mocking League of Nations a lot. It sort of started at Fastlane, I suppose.
Yeah, it sort of started, but then they kept them heel.
Yeah.
And then swapped over to Roadblock in their face.
Yeah. I don't think it ever actually officially happened. I think officially they're still heel.
Yeah.
It's just...
I think it's...
League of Nations to get the face react.
It's the slow burn thing. It's like they're putting them up against the League of Nations who are legitimate heels, whereas the New Day were heels, but they were still over with the crowd. They still got pops and stuff. They would just do heel, kind of sneaking away to victories and stuff. So I think it's like an organic thing.
Roadblock the one through Xavier distracting the ref.
Yeah, which is a heely kind of thing to do, but
yeah, they're being very good tweeners, aren't they? I think the crowd because the crowd actually kind of thinks it's more cool to cheer for the heels. So I think it's a good way to go, making them fight heel guys but do heel things.
Yeah.
Keep them getting sort of gone over faces with the word this time last year.
Yeah, they've done such a great job, New Day, from being power plant.
2 years ago, maybe.
What's that?
Maybe is it more than a year that they've been going now?
I think it is more than a year, yeah. Remember they were fighting last year at WrestleMania and they got booed out of the building, and they were in face team. They were fighting the Usos, Cesaro and Kid, and another tag team, I think, on the pre-show.
Oh yeah, the Bull guys as well.
Who?
The Bullfighter.
Los Matadores.
Speaking of Los Matadores, there's rumours that they're going to come back again. The new gimmick. And they're going to come back with Cousin Carlito as well.
I really hope they do, man. I love me some Carlito.
I do love me some Carlito.
I love Carlito. He is the best. I'm so annoyed that they got rid of him because Carlito's a man. So if that does happen, I would be all over that. That would be sweet.
Carlito's potentially coming back is the thing.
There's rumours, yeah.
Oh shit, that would be awesome.
Wouldn't it? That would be so cool. Literally, that would be cool.
This time, 5 years ago, Carlito, MVP, Mr. Kennedy, they were your main event guys holding it down, or your mid-card guys holding it down.
Yeah.
Ken Kennedy.
Shit went off the rails, though.
Yeah, Ken Kennedy, has seen that?
Yeah, not so good, buddy. Not so good.
And then he was all like, fuck TNA, which does in some in-ring promo.
Yeah.
Good.
You believe that? Fuck TNA for letting me go whenever I was like intoxicated backstage. Those sons of bitches. How dare they do what they're supposed to do as a company? I'll get them.
He just thought it was a thing since Jeff Hardy did it. He just thought it was a thing he did in TNA.
Yeah, but that's a whole different scenario though, isn't it? Like Jeff Hardy's a bigger star than Mr. Anderson is. And I'm not a big Jeff Hardy fan. But
the world title.
That was a mess. Did you see that?
Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah. I remember watching that and I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is
cocky crash.
Why did they let him out there?
I know.
Why did they let him
out there? There's no other way to do it. He was champion. He had to go out and take a fall.
They would they had 3 hours to do that, man. That was the last match on there. If he turned up in that state, they could have done something on the fly, made the change, not send him out there, have Sting fight somebody else, come up with some kind of storyline. They sat in their hands for 3 hours and then said, well, Jeff Hardy's probably sober enough to wrestle the match, send him out there. And he couldn't even walk down the fucking ramp, Couldn't take his shirt off. Did you see that?
That is great.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. You're a grown man, you can't even take your shirt off.
Do you remember the time Triple H had his shirt off and then he tried to take it off again?
No.
Yeah, see this video? Triple H is beating the hell out of somebody. He's already got his top off, but then he mimics taking his top off again, but it's already off.
Why?
I don't know. I think he forgot that his top's off.
How could you forget that?
I don't know. That's donkey brains. Donkey brains.
Oh, Triple H.
Okay, moving on. Next on my agenda is Ryback, donkey brains.
Ryback?
Yeah.
What about Ryback?
Ryback's made a change. I kind of like it.
Oh, where he looks like Goldberg?
Oh, well, yeah, he looks like Goldberg. Yeah, they're trying a wee bit now.
That's a horrible idea. At least before that, you cared about Ryback. He looked different. He acted different. He was a different guy. And then now they just said, fuck it, we'll just make him look like Goldberg.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of actually like this new attitude he's got.
I don't like the ring gear. I don't like it.
Oh, yeah, I understand the ring gear because he does look a hell of a lot like Goldberg.
Yeah.
He's got a big trap like Goldberg. He's got the bald head, the goatee. He does look a hell of a lot like Goldberg. So what was the point in actually putting him in Goldberg attire?
Yeah. What was the point, man?
But I like this kind of more serious kind of. He's a heel, but he's just being honest, So it's kind of.
Well,
cool.
That's fair enough. And then a change of costume would work fine too if they wanted to do that. But there's no point in changing his costume and making him look exactly like Goldberg. There were way more options than that, I'm not a big fan of that.
I don't know,
we're talking about here. I got that again.
Ryback.
Jesus, now we're on the topic of Ryback and his whole gimmick change, ring attire change.
Why do you keep talking about the guys who can't wrestle every time
Hey, the Big Show can wrestle.
Ryback ain't too bad.
Ryback's okay, I suppose.
Ryback, I got no problem with Ryback. Ryback's fine.
I think he needed somewhat of an attire change from that RVD sort of get up, but
that was nice. So nobody else wore that shit except for RVD and Ryback.
Well, so that's true, yeah.
And it was nice. It didn't look, it was done by the same guy who did RVD stuff. So
Well, he's in such great shape. I think it only makes sense to show off more of his physique.
That's fine, but again,
I don't think it looks as bad as Goldberg now that he's got the Ryback logo and stuff on the
back.
Well, I guess that's better, but still, it seemed a bit obvious.
I think it was a change he needed, though, not the attire, but his gimmick. Ryback seems to find himself just really hyped to just really no one really cares.
Yeah,
so he always comes back and everyone's hyped about him because he's so full of energy and he's such a big guy, but it doesn't take too long before he's not. I actually thought his heel turn a long time ago against Cena, that heel Ryback was brilliant. That bully Ryback.
You might be the only one.
After a while, I loved him with I love Ryback.
I like that too. I like
Ryback, but I don't know. I think he belongs more as a heel than a face.
Yeah.
So So I think it's a good call, and I think he should be champion one day. And I think the way to go by that is having him do what he's doing now. Like, I think he's a legit threat as a main heel, main heel champion kind of character.
Yes, I think so. I think he can play that kind of character quite easily. That big, kind of guy who would go up against, especially against some of the other guys who are coming up who would be smaller than him, such as like Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
He's a smarter heel too. His interview with Kalisto last week on Raw was really good.
Yeah.
Sort of made it as if he was looking out for Kalisto and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like typical heel bullshit.
And that's what I was saying when you left. I was saying like this, like he's a heel, but he's really honest.
Yeah.
But like it's just like a serious. It's like he's heel, but he's just more serious and focused or something. I think he just puts on better when he's a heel. He's just his gimmick just suits better being a heel or something, or he acts better as a heel when he's given that role. I like the whole like find target, eliminate, and leave. I love that too. Like when he just pounded the shit out of Curtis Axel, and then just punched the face off and hit him with the line. What's the finisher called again? Shell shock, and then just like literally like walked out, just like didn't celebrate, just walked out of the ring, walk to the back. I thought that was it reminded me of like Tom Hardy in The Fighter or something, like where he didn't have music, where he didn't care, he just wanted to beat people and win. So yeah, I like where Ryback's going.
Nice.
But it's going to piss me off if they put. I can see this happening if they put Kalisto Ryback in the pre-show. Like I don't know why they give Kalisto the US title, but then always put him in pre-shows and like don't really give him much of a push as the US champion.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Why bother giving the title and then not do anything with him as champion?
I think they never really thought past his rivalry with Del Rio.
Yeah, maybe. But even Del Rio and him had a 2 or 3 falls on a pre-show for the title. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but that match was awesome. But
I didn't even see that match because it was on the pre-show.
Pre-show? Like, 2 or 3 falls for the US title. Like, what? Like,
yeah, you think that's big news, I would put that on my fucking show. If I was fucking...
How does that not make it to the main show? Like, that's messed up.
It's ridiculous.
Hate to have to do this, guys, but I gotta take a toilet break. You just got more topics. I'll be back in 2.
2 minutes or
2 minds.
Sure. You want to keep talking about Ryback?
Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered Ryback. But
I think so. I don't know what else we can talk about with Ryback. What else is happening in the old wrestling these days? AJ Styles, what about that?
Went on Saturday night, in a different arena than where Roadblock was.
Oh yeah,
a separate card.
And Owens was at that, right? What was the match Owens was in?
Owens had a 30-minute Iron Man match with AJ Styles.
Oh, how good would that have been to watch?
Yeah, it sounded like it was pretty great. Apparently Owens dropped character and cut a real face promo about how great AJ is after the match and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, but we didn't get that. No, sir.
No.
That would have been good to watch, man.
Yeah, I suppose they're saving AJ and Kevin Owens for after WrestleMania when AJ's done with Jericho.
Are they doing AJ versus Jericho at WrestleMania then?
It looks like it. Like we're certainly going to do it again with him burning the Y2AJ shirt and all. So
it does seem like it's going to happen at least once more. So you would imagine it's going to be at WrestleMania. But then what's and then is it going to be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania?
I don't know. Like the Miz and Neville and Ziggler are sort of sticking their nose in for the Intercontinental title.
So we're going to see a big
multi-man disaster again.
But I feel like wouldn't it be better if they had just Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens?
Yeah, I was thinking they are going to do the multi-man for the Intercontinental title. Keep having people involved. They're not really doing anything with Kalisto in the rivalry, so they just have a load of people go in.
Yeah.
And let Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have a one-on-one match.
That's what I thought they were going to do, because like they said earlier, the Intercontinental Championship at least has some kind of focus on the TV, whereas the US Championship doesn't really. So why not just have a clear contender for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, and then the big multi-man match for the US title at WrestleMania? That makes sense, because there's no clear-cut Other than Ryback, I guess, but there's no like real proper like contenders for the US Championship. So like, just make that the big fucking or just not make it a championship match at all. Make it like a Money in the Bank thing, you know. Although I think, are they still doing that Money in the Bank pay per view?
Yeah, they still have the Money in the Bank pay per view, so they do a lot of it for that.
Idiots. Yeah. See, but that's like the Money in the Bank match was like that was a real WrestleMania kind of thing. I don't know why they took it out of WrestleMania and then made it their own show, because now they gotta do some other kind of bullshit multi-man thing at WrestleMania every year. You know, like, aren't they doing the fucking?
They do the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as well.
That's what I was gonna say. Aren't they doing that as well? Like, how many fucking multi-man things do you need?
I think they're just trying to generally get everyone on the roster into WrestleMania somehow.
Stick them all in the stupid Battle Royale. Stick them all in the Battle Royale, except for the 8 people they actually need.
Yeah.
Oh. I miss.
We were just talking about WrestleMania, I guess, and like the big kind of multi-man matches they have at WrestleMania. You know, like they're talking about doing a big multi-man match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh yeah.
But we were just saying, wouldn't it make more sense to make it like a multi-man United States Championship match, and then have
that would make way more sense. Like I thought that too.
And then have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens for the IC Championship.
To be honest, I would love
on
to see.
SmackDown talk about how they've had this rivalry building for years, and now they're just going to be like 2 of 7 people.
Yeah. Like that doesn't make any sense. That's bad booking right there.
Like, to be honest, the way I would like to book it, like maybe make them officially fight 1-on-1 the event after, but have WrestleMania, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and I fucking love Neville. So Neville's in the mix there with Kevin Owens trying to attack him. I think that'll be a great triple threat.
Yeah.
Miz and Ziggler are going to be in there too.
Yeah, they're going to be in there too, no doubt. But I'm just saying, like, I think that'll be a great match. Neville, Zayn, and Kevin Owens.
That would be a good match. That would be great.
Neville's great to watch.
Neville is just unbelievable.
It's
just watch his tag match on SmackDown with Zayn.
Yeah, it's great. You can't think
of backflip thing off Zayn's back.
Yeah. It's hard to not like Zayn as well. Zayn's great, like, but the things like the guys can do now is unreal.
It's crazy. Pac's always been really good though.
Who, sorry?
Oh, Neville. Sorry, his old name was Pac.
Oh, one of them guys.
On the Independence, he was called Pac. I kind of spaced out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Neville. Yes, that's right, Neville. That's his name. He has no other name.
So, like, what do we think about Moxley versus Lesnar? I mean, no, yeah, I'd love to see Neville, Zayn, and Owens, but if not, I think though at the minute, like Zayn's just really, he's been on WWE television before, but this is his first like proper. He's arrived now, you know, on the scene, and I think it's just too late to WrestleMania to have them just to hype this match in like 3 weeks, you know.
I think they could do it because they're not gonna. Otherwise, they're not gonna do a very good job of hyping the multi-man thing, other than just having a bunch of guys turning up and ruining Intercontinental Championship matches, which is what's going to happen.
The thing that annoys me is it did this last year. What the hell?
Exactly. That's why it's silly and lazy to do it again this year whenever they have an alternate match like right there in front of their faces. You know what I mean? They have Owens versus Sami Zayn right there. It's all kind of, you know, like you said, they even talk about the rivalry that's been going on for so long. It's all right there. Why would they not do it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, then again, like, there is, apart from Kalisto Ryback, there's no one really But, like, what I don't like as well is it seemed like with the US title, they were giving it legitimacy with Cena fighting all these, like, really top, you know, like, top prospects. But what were they really doing there? Were they really, like, giving, like, prestige to the US title or just making Cena look good as US champion? Do you know what I mean? Because now that Cena's no longer champion, it's back to meaning nothing, you know?
Well, that was the problem with the United States Championship thing, the wee open challenge that John Cena was doing, because you wondered why the other champions who were, the guys who would come after Cena, you're like, they're not going to do this. But it should be them doing this and not John Cena. It should be the new guys who win the belt coming out and proving their worth and saying, I'll take on anybody. And then surprising people by being able to pick the wins up and stuff. That's the way you should book it. You shouldn't have John Cena win the title at all if you wanted to give it legitimacy. But, they've done it ass backwards and then give John Cena that big rub that he didn't really need and then refuse to give it to the other people. Because then once Del Rio was a champion, how often did he defend the belt?
Yeah,
not that much until he lost it to Kalisto, and then once Kalisto won the belt and finished that thing with Del Rio, what are they doing with him? They're not doing anything with him. That's the problem.
Yeah. He's trying to tag him more with the Lucha Dragons, and he has to defend the title.
Yeah, it's silly. I mean, if you want to give the championship legitimacy, fucking work with it. Don't just leave it alone. You can't just do stuff with John Cena and then expect it to work overnight, because that's not the way it's gonna work.
The US title looks so cool as well. It would be really good with someone that gave it legitimacy.
Yeah.
I think Kalisto can, though, because Kalisto is awesome.
Kalisto's great. They just need to give him more time and get him over, on TV. Put him on TV. Give him a chance. He's the champion.
Kalisto's thing of having for him was Sin Cara coming back from his injury. That's real.
But that seems strange. I don't see why they can't have the United States Championship and they have Sin Cara just come down, with him instead of now that he's a champion, you think they'd focus on the championship until he loses it and then go back into tag teams. That's the way they should be doing this,
Don't know. The IC title thing makes no sense though. It's one of those poor booking, where they've came this far and they went, oh, we need to throw all these guys into a match because we haven't planned anything for them this whole time.
Yeah.
And it's just, like you said, it's just lazy booking. It puts so much emphasis onto the main event scene that where the real fun is, the real entertainment with the mid-card guys, they've just overlooked to the point where they've went, we can't give them a real storyline, so just throw them all into one match.
Exactly.
And as much as I love, Jericho is so good at switching things up. I mean, that heel turn in the ways, how good, for anyone that's seen Roadblock, is talk on Roadblock, about how he's ashamed to be Canadian and just really getting hate from the crowd. Jericho is really good at being a heel, but it's kind of like they had 3 matches. It's kind of like it should have been dead. Where to go from here? AJ's going to beat him again at Mania. What was really the point in this whole thing?
No, I like what they're doing with AJ and Jericho. They had just 3 matches of that seemed better. Now there's an actual personal beef between them as well. So it's built up. I like the storyline they're doing there.
No, I like the storyline, but I just think. What's the point?
Yeah, I see your point, Connor. If it were me, I would have had them feud and then started something else so that both Jericho and AJ were going into WrestleMania with a different plan, but they were still hot from that last feud. Take them from the feud and then push them into WrestleMania with something else. Have Jericho in the multi-man match for some good spots, or AJ as well, from good spots, but have separate matches, make it very clear that their matches against each other are done. I would have had it finished by now, the AJ Jericho thing.
Everyone knows.
I think they'll have a better match at WrestleMania.
There's literally nothing on the line, and everyone knows that Jericho's back just to push, to give guys a push. So it's it's no. I can't get connected or invest in it because I just know Jericho's there to put him over.
Yeah.
And it feels, and it's they've already had this rivalry that's lasted for long enough. I suppose they had the 3 matches. Now we want a piece. Now we'll do the decider match. They had the decider match, and that's just going to be the match for Jericho to lose. So AJ's 3-1. Unless Jericho's trying to resurrect his career and actually make a good run at something, then I'll fully get behind it. But I don't think it is that. I think it's just them going, oh, they've proven they can put on a good match, so let's make them fight again at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it will be a good match though. Like that's
it'll definitely be good. It will be a good match. Just I can't see myself getting overly invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Y2AJ thing, it just didn't last long enough. Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was over pretty quick.
Like they really rushed this rivalry. Like they really.
But that's exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like just in trying to get it stretched out to WrestleMania, they've had to kind of like really kind of bumble through it when they could have been a bit more succinct and kind of ended it at Roadblock and then started something else.
Yeah, like it seems at WrestleMania time, like you sort of forget how quick it comes in. It seems like they rush a lot of stuff last minute.
But that's the problem. Like it doesn't come in that quick, but they always end up rushing shit.
Like, but like when it actually,
they have plenty of time.
I can't believe how soon it is. And I'm just saying, like Zayn Owens and like Jericho AJ, it's just been pretty much rushed.
Yeah, but they do it. They do this every year. They always rush. Like they get 2 matches and then just rush the rest of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And they always have time. They have
no idea what Bray Wyatt's doing at WrestleMania at this point.
Yeah, Bray's not even going to match it.
Yeah, what is that about? And they always say they got all these matches locked in from like January or whatever to the road to WrestleMania, but they never do. They have like 1 or 2 big matches done, mainly with like the part-time guys like the Undertaker or Triple H or whatever, and then they just bullshit the rest of it. They don't even like bother setting that shit up at the Rumble, which they should be doing. I mean, the only really match they have been setting up is Jericho versus AJ, and the rest of them, there's no build there at all for a lot of these. They're just going to be bumbled through for the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
That's how they do.
And then the complete rush job at the end, which they might do. Are they doing this year? The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal thing.
Probably.
Yeah, I think they are doing that this year as well.
That's just the way to go. Okay, we've got a lot of talent, but we haven't done anything with them, so let's throw them all in the ring and fight for a big, stupid, oversized trophy.
Yeah. Alright, hold on, my dad's phone. I'm going to take then we run down a Roadblock when we come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did it!
He did it! He made the appearance. Patty knows when this is on.
There you go, man. 40 minutes in, we weren't sure if we were going to see him, but bam, there he is.
He made the appearance. It's like the Big Show call.
It's the Big Show.
Yeah, so we'll discuss this. Hopefully, we'll drag Nal into after he goes back about the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
You were saying what were you trying to say? Like people that goes in the Hall of Fame now, it's like the really Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, like my brother was saying that about Rikishi last year, and the Big Boss Man, and the Godfather this year. He's like, there's probably guys that could go in ahead of all of those people.
Yes, that's true. I mean, I like that they're honouring the Big Boss Man by putting him in, but
yes.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, now you see, I have arguments about this because I think the Big Boss Man and the Godfather, they've been around for a long time. Like they were around like the early 90s.
Yeah,
is when they started, and like the Godfather especially, he's been in the WWE for a long time. As the Godfather and as Kama Mustafa and Papa Shango and stuff. He's got he's been a safe hand. He's always been a really good, reliable guy that they've been able to work with. You know what I mean? So I think that the reason they're putting him in is because they know he's a good worker. And the same with the Boss Man. He's been around a long time, and he's always been a good, solid worker. The Boss Man could draw heat.
Yeah, he's really like bigger, isn't he? Yeah. Especially in that get up with the blue shirt and the bottoms,
Yeah, so like he may not have been like the most decorated wrestler of all time, but I think the Boss Man and the Godfather both were good workers who were able to get the right kind of heat and the right kind of attention to themselves. Like the Godfather was so over, and the Boss Man was, he's a real heel. So I think that, it makes sense to put them in the Hall of Fame. But Rikishi, I don't get at all. I don't get Rikishi.
Yeah, I mean, like he did have that
part of the famous family.
Well, what's that?
Rikishi's just going in for his family, really.
Yeah, it's just it's so.
Rikishi was an iconic figure. Everyone knew, like anyone.
No. But the hook was it was too cool that got him over. Like if you're gonna put them in as a group. Because like without Too Cool, man, Rikishi was nothing, and that's a fact. You go back and watch it. Without Too Cool, he was in trouble.
What I mean, though, Rikishi did his like sort of rose to the top as that bad man theme. You know, that whole like I did it for the Rock.
No, but he didn't. No, but he didn't.
Shit, when he rose to the top that song.
He didn't do that. Like, he was over with Too Cool. Once he did that by himself, he was dead in the water. You go back and watch it, man. Right up to that, he was hot as shit because he was with Too Cool. And then once he did that turn, he was dead. And he had about 2 pay-per-view matches, and then you couldn't do anything with him after that. It's
a shame though as well that like it seems that Vince has got, like made a lot of enemies out of the wrestlers over the years. So like a lot of like the iconic figures that probably deserve to be in. Like, and I can't even think of them all, but like I've heard plenty of like stories of how Vince burnt bridges. So like it takes a long time before some of the really like iconic figures make it in. Like I've heard of that guy. Is it Pillman?
Brian Pillman.
He was a pretty iconic figure, wasn't he? But he was a bit of a loose cannon. I don't know.
Yeah, Brian Pillman was great. Really, really good.
CM Punk.
Jacqueline going into the Hall of Fame.
I actually like Jacqueline's good. Yeah,
I like that too. Yeah, Jacqueline's a really good wrestler. I think that makes sense. I got no problem with that. And again, she's been around for a while. And she's no old hand. She's done good work. Been a solid worker. So I think all that makes sense. Basically, it started now because my brother didn't think that the Godfather should be in the Hall of Fame. And I said, the Godfather is more deserving of the Hall of Fame than Rikishi, I would say. Because the Godfather was over his tits. He was just the best. The Godfather was great. And he could work. The guy could work, man. You know?
Yeah, I think Godfather's reasonable enough. I think Rikishi's more in because of his family. Well, I think Rikishi was awesome as well.
Well, if I had to pick, I would pick the Godfather between the two of them. I go, yeah, Godfather, he's the man. But like, I was just wondering, is there any guys that you think are in the Hall of Fame that shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame? And vice versa, do you think there are people who aren't in the Hall of Fame who definitely should be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, it's so hard to think of all the people that's in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, the guy that should
be... The Rock's not in the Hall of Fame yet, which is ridiculous.
Well, he's still like kind of a semi-active
he's still
guy.
Kind of active, yeah.
So that's why. I think it's a crime that Owen Hart isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's true.
We also
won't let them.
Yeah,
that's true. But it's like, regardless, man, it's a crying shame that Owen Hart isn't in the Hall of Fame, because Owen Hart was incredible. He was so good.
Yeah, but again,
Dean Malenko should probably be in there by now.
I love Dean Malenko. I really do love Dean Malenko, and I think it'll be like sooner or later he's definitely going in. Because he's an agent for them now, I think, isn't he?
Ray's done with O'Reilly. He should be in.
Oh,
that's the thing, though. Is he not doing something with the Underground or?
I heard that finished.
Someone who's like working against them at the minute.
Yeah.
Ray has to go in at some point. Kurt Angle too.
Yes, Kurt Angle, as I would imagine. I reckon once William Regal finishes up, he's going to go in.
Oh, Regal definitely has to go in.
I mean, if Regal doesn't go in, that's a shame. That's a crying shame, because Regal, and I think it's the same kind of reason with like the Bossman stuff, that Regal has been such a good hand. He's done such good work. He's been quite consistent that they're going to recognize the kind of work he's put in, and they're going to Hall of Fame him someday.
I would say Christian. Christian is definitely retired,
Well, I reckon they probably put them in as a tag team.
Yeah, so like Edge get 2.
Yeah, I'd say that's. I think if Christian's going in, that's the only way he's going in. I love Christian,
I don't see them giving Edge 2 though.
Yeah,
he's really up there with Ric Flair.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. If
anyone's going to get a second one, it should probably be Shawn Michaels. It's the accent of the group.
It should be Shawn Michaels, but it'll probably end up being Triple H who just jumps ahead of him. Triple H has put himself in the Hall of Fame like 3 times.
Triple H with long hair, Triple H with short hair. Just like
corporate Triple H.
It'll be DX and Triple H and Evolution. And then the Click will all go in. And Triple H will end up 4.
And Hunter Hearst Helmsley, of course, the Blue Blood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And whatever the fuck else he did.
And I'm sure there's plenty that's in there that you think like I don't have a clue who they are.
Well, most of them I think are pretty deserving of the Hall of Fame, I'd say.
Is Coco Beware in there?
I think so.
I think he is, yeah.
He was pretty good, like Coco Beware.
Okay.
He was. He had that kick-ass part.
I knew you were gonna say part. You weren't gonna bring up any of his moves or anything he said or anything he did, but he had a part. Goddammit.
He had a suplex as a finisher.
Are you reading this on Wikipedia?
No, he did. I used to watch the old vintage on Sky Sports, the vintage matches, and always loved Kobe Ware. He had a suplex as a finisher.
He did have a sweet part.
Yeah. Everyone back then had stupid ass finisher. Like DDT was Jake the Snake's finisher.
But he hit that hard.
Hogan's.
I think Jake's DDT was pretty awesome.
His DDT was pretty sweet. But remember Austin's finishing move was the stun gun. Do you remember that?
What was a stun gun?
The stun gun was where you lift the guy up and then you drop him like neck first on the top rope. That was it. That was his finishing move.
Yeah.
That used to be Austin's finishing move.
Stun gun, eh?
Yeah.
Stone is in the Hall of Fame, is he?
I think so.
Austin's in the Hall of Fame already.
You would imagine so.
Is Austin in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is he?
You'd imagine he's one of the first fuckers they put in, right?
They don't.
Like, once he retired, they like, stick him in. Austin's going in.
Yeah, he's 100% in.
Yeah.
Did you Google it?
Well, we can't.
No, he's in. I remember his speech.
You want me to Google it?
Who inducted him?
He inducted himself.
Yeah, he's pretty badass like that.
Triple H inducted him. Triple H like, this counts. I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Who inducted him?
Vince McMahon inducted him.
Oh, okay.
2009. Austin went in 2009. So there you go.
Looking down through these, actually, there's not many that. Okay, I don't know who Mil Musco. What the hell? What you call him? Right on 2 seconds.
Mil Masters.
Yeah.
He's like a Puerto Rican legend. He's Alberto Del Rio's uncle as well, which is probably why he's in.
That'll help.
Okay, yeah, well, apart from that guy, I've never heard of before. Everyone else seems to be there. I'll put Ortiz in there. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake Roberts, Lita, Paul Berg, Carlos Colon. Yeah, Razor Ramon. All seems good. Rikishi, awesome. Yeah, it's all good. All good.
Nash is Nash in there?
Yeah, Nash went in last year, didn't he?
Team inducted by Shawn Michaels, yeah. Yep, it's all good. Okay, so moving on to Roadblock, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, Holmes, you on the Roadblock?
Oh, you know it though.
What did you think of the show overall?
Good show, but it wasn't really a roadblock by any means.
No, it was not really a roadblock.
Triple H was very right when he said it's just a marketing play.
Yeah. How about that, huh? How about that?
Yeah, it was good matches, obviously. I didn't watch Z and Stardust. Point being, Stardust is great, but who cares about Stardust? You know,
it was a good match.
What?
It was a good match. I enjoyed that match.
I heard it was a really good match, but again, not many people really care about Stardust right now, you know.
Well, the problem was whenever you see Sami Zayn versus Stardust, I mean, you know who's going to go ahead in that match.
Yeah, exactly. That's it too. You know, it's just like Stardust now a job.
But then whenever I heard Triple H versus Dean Ambrose, I was like, well, I know he's going to go ahead in that match as well, but I'm going to watch it anyway because it's probably going to be a good match, you know.
Yeah, and it was a good match. It was awesome.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Although I think match of the night goes to Enzo Cass against Dalton Weather.
Oh,
that match was outstanding.
Great match.
That match was unreal. Yeah,
that was good.
So them guys, I was so hyped whenever I seen them, heard their music. I thought it was like advertising for the next NXT event.
Yeah.
And then their little like Italian music came on, and I was like, oh shit, because I haven't seen them in so long. Yeah, that was the fucking hell. Enzo and Cass or something else.
I love those guys. They're the best, aren't they?
So
I love the Revival as well. I think they're a great team.
Revival is a good team, yeah.
Yeah.
They're a solid team.
It's good stuff. It's all good stuff.
That shoulder block they hit Enzo with outside the ring, from the inside to the outside, when he's trying to make a tag, was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But then
the spot with Cass through Enzo over the ropes at them.
I was going to say that had to be moving the night, like. Oh, that
I think the shotting machine that finished the match, where Wilder came off the top rope, was pretty outstanding as well.
Yeah, shit, yeah. But that throw just looked like it had impact. Like,
yeah.
I think that team has to. They have to either win the NXT titles now or come up and win the WWE tag titles.
Oh, I can't wait.
I don't think they're ever going to get the NXT titles. I think they're just going to. I think they'll debut on the main roster right after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so.
They are. Every time I've seen them come out, they seem to get so much hype.
Yeah. I love them.
Ridiculously over. Like, they just get better and better every time.
But it's like the New Age Outlaws used to do. You know, the Outlaws would come out and Road Dogg would do his little speech at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it was to see him all the time, but it still got the crowd pumping. Every time you heard it, you were like, "Fuck yeah, this is gonna be awesome," and it is awesome. It's the same with these guys. They give you a little thing to get you hyped for the match before you even see the match. You know, it's a good call.
Look, Ken, like if you just looked at them, you'd think these guys. You know, you would. I don't think you'd rate them very highly just looking at them with a stat like this as they are. But like they put on some phenomenal matches just because Enzo has funny hair, big cast, just a big tall guy, you know. But they put on phenomenal matches. Like they're better than the New Age Outlaws in terms of wrestling ability.
Yeah.
Also, they're really good backstage interview as well. Don't know what it is, but Cass always has this intensity about him in the backstage interview.
Cass is so intense. But like that's the thing with wrestlers now. Anyway, though, it's everything's evolved. Like most wrestlers, if you actually look at them now, like compared to them wrestlers of old, like the wrestlers of old give us great storytelling, and they're allowed to be a bit more creative, I think. But in terms of the actual in-ring ability, I think just as time's evolved and like people's learned from over the years, and just the wrestler of now is generally better than the wrestler of old. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There is the odd route to the exception. You know, the phenomenal ones that are just timeless. You know, like Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. You know, people like that. There were just through time they'll always remain great. You know, but you've got the likes of Cesaro and like Dolph Ziggler and Kalisto and Neville. You know, it's hard to compete with those sort of guys. Like,
yeah,
Neville can just do things that a human shouldn't be able to do.
Oh. Neville, and he's in such great shape. He's a complete machine.
Yeah, man.
The only thing holding him back is that accent, the look, and his poor mic skills. But I mean,
that's all. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
That's very unfortunate though, because he is one of my favourites to watch. He is phenomenal.
He is phenomenal. That's a guy who needs a manager.
Yeah, definitely. But though, managers usually big up people, you know, like big scary guys. You know, it seems to be usually bigger guys that lack on the mic for some reason. I don't really. Who would you foresee managing him?
I don't know. They should just. I don't know. There you go. That's my take.
He should be like a part of a team or something, like a cool team. Like they haven't really had a cool faction in a while, like a proper faction.
Who would you team him with?
The League of Nations doesn't work at all.
Oh, League of Nations is piss poor.
Who would you team him with then? Who would be the cool guy you team up with?
I would team him with. I would make them all heel. I think factions just work better as heels. Right. And I would. Not right now. It doesn't suit them right now. But I think it'd be pretty cool, like him, Baller, Zayn. Who else? Maybe like an AJ Styles. That'd be a phenomenal team. Like
that would be pretty good.
Styles, Neville, Baller, and Zayn. Just four guys that don't really catch a break because they're not in the main scene, but they should be. You know.
Yeah.
Although I think Zayn will be on the main scene himself.
Do you think Zayn will?
Yeah. I mean,
it just seems like a common theme that the guys that always last at the top are just big guys.
Rollins had a pretty long run with the title.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Rollins did have a legit run there.
Punk had his 434 days.
I suppose that's true. Also, yeah, I think I'm just saying this now because Triple H and Reigns have been rivaling for the last while.
Yeah.
No, that is true. I suppose they have sort of came around from that whole like bodybuilder, massive guy has to be champion.
Yeah.
But
I think Ambrose will 100% be champion by the end of this year as well.
Ambrose has to, like, what do people think? Like, never for a second did I think he won that match whenever the referee counted 1, 2, 3.
The reason behind that was really shit.
Yeah.
Really shit.
Like, when that ever happened before?
Yeah, not only that, but when you watch it, Ambrose really has to stretch to get his fucking feet under the ring.
Yeah.
Under the ropes. He's really pushing it. I'm like, oh, this is not good.
I heard that his foot really wasn't under the ring or the ropes.
Yeah.
I don't know, they avoided showing that angle, so I suspected.
It probably was not. That was just not a good way to. That was like I expected a false finish, but that one was not so good.
It made no sense. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Just 1, 2, 3, and straight away I was like, he hasn't won this match. I know he hasn't.
Yeah, there's no way that's the way this is gonna end.
Yeah.
No way.
But the finish is really good. Triple H just as soon as he jumped in, pedigree.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I mean, why did Brock and Ambrose were on the same card, then cross paths? You know, like that didn't really make too much sense. And now Ambrose was so hyped for the title and so hyped rivaling Triple H, like they really got into a heated rivalry. And now he's just gonna go put back to Brock. You know, it's
very strange.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why did they not actually build to WrestleMania by making Brock and Ambrose do something, even like after Ambrose is beat, you know, have Brock come out and laugh or beat him up or something, you know, Even just like I said, just laugh, you know, just actually stand on top of the stage, just laughing with Paul Heyman, you know, just something as simple as that.
Yeah,
exactly. Even have Heyman fight and like be a guest commentator for that match, or
something like something that was because everyone knew Ambrose was going to win. Like you know, like I think we're all hoped so that deep down, we all had this like sense of hope that we thought he could maybe win it, but we all knew that he wasn't going to win it. Really, we just really hoped he would.
Yeah,
you know, so it was just set up for Triple H to have a warm-up match before Mania, and just you know, like why would they not build into other matches apart from? I don't know. They didn't even have Reigns come out at any point, or I don't know. This made no sense to me. What is it? What's up with Reigns? Why is he out?
He actually did have surgery on his nose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I told you that was
deviated septum.
I told you that was legit. You were like, "Oh, that's not legit."
No, that wasn't legit. He just actually had a condition with his nose before that all happened.
Oh, right.
Decided for some reason now was the time for him to go away and have surgery.
Okay.
So I suppose if they're putting the title on him, they can't have him disappear for 3 or 4 weeks as champion. Probably it's time to go.
I still think the way wrestling's heading is quite phenomenal since like all the big guys are out, all the main eventers.
Yeah, I think there has to just come a point where get rid of all the old timers.
Yeah,
there just has to be a cut off.
It's coming up soon, man. It's gotta be.
The last couple of podcasts we talked about how they're all set for the future and they've all these phenomenal guys. Eventually, they just have to let them go, do it, or it's just all going to fall apart.
Exactly, man. They just gotta like trust in these new guys and let them fucking go and prove that they can fucking carry the company. Because otherwise, they're gonna be stuck using these old guys forever and ever, and that's not gonna work, man. It's not gonna work.
So, like, when you say old guys, do you really just mean like Orton and Cena at this point?
No. I mean like Undertaker and
Triple
H.
Orton, Cena, keep Orton and Cena around. Get Triple H and The Rock and The Undertaker. Even Brock Lesnar, if he's not willing to do it full time.
Yeah. Those kind of people, that's exactly it. Like Cena and Orton probably have like plenty of time left in the tank. You know what I mean? But like the part-time guys should really start. It's weird that they have to rely on them so much. You know, that's not the way it should be.
Yeah. If they don't even at this point, they don't even have to rely on them. They just aren't taking a risk on the new wave guys. You know, like they don't feel confident enough in them. I don't think to put on to like you know to sell the shows. You know, and I think it's just ridiculous. I mean, the hardcore fans want to see these guys. You know, like who's their market? Young kids and fans that really appreciate the new wave of guys. You know, like hardcore fans who grew up loving wrestling that are appreciative of this new talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think most guys like us, like we want to see the new guys take off. Like, so who really is pushing for these like legends, if you will?
Yeah.
Triple H is pushing for himself pretty hard.
Well, obviously Triple H is definitely like, I should be in the main event of WrestleMania because I'm the biggest draw. Because he's on TV all the fucking time. It's a problem.
I don't know. I just don't see, like, I think now at this point the majority has got to be the people that like this new wave, as opposed to all the old legends.
Yeah.
Like, before it didn't make sense, like, we watched WrestleMania and, like, we would see some of our friends that were into the Attitude Era and be all like, yeah, that was a good match, Sting versus Triple H. No, it wasn't.
Awful.
But now you've got to think that those guys are a minority now, surely.
But that's the problem. You can't really go trying to attract all those kind of fans in, because those part-time fans are only going to stick around for the part-time wrestlers. There's no point in attracting those guys because they're only interested in watching the guys they used to watch. They're not interested in watching the new guys, so they're not going to stick around. Like you could attract them all to watch WrestleMania, but they're not going to stick around to watch Raw. You know what I mean? That's the trick. Like, that's their hook, and they got to realize this sooner or later. Is that you can't always rely on these guys because they're not. They'll draw you an audience in the short term, but they're not going to do anything substantial for you in the long term. That's what you need the guys who are in the roster all the time for, because they will, in time, get you more and more people if you just give them a chance.
It's just a shame that, like, they feel that it won't sell, like WrestleMania won't sell if they don't have. It's really WrestleMania. WrestleMania is like a big show. It's like the Super Bowl of wrestling, and it's a shame that they feel like it won't sell if they rely on the top talent they've got now.
Yeah.
They have, like you said, like what is the point? They aren't going to hang around. They're not going to hang around for Raw or SmackDown. So you're just appeasing people to get their money.
Yeah, that's it. All they want is to make WrestleMania the biggest show ever, and then after that, it doesn't matter.
I mean, were we the only ones? Like, I remember it was so confusing last year. Triple H versus Sting was such a botch match.
That was so strange. How we all were like, well, that was an abortion. And then we went on the internet and everybody was like, oh my god, did you see that great match? And we were like, no, we didn't see that great match.
That was bizarre as hell. It was just like, we just felt alienated. People were like, oh my god,
no.
That made no sense and no one did anything good.
We were like, what WrestleMania were you guys watching? What the hell?
The whole WrestleMania card last year, like, it's went down as one of the greatest WrestleManias ever. And aside from the first match for Randy and Seth Rollins and the main event, it was shite.
Exactly. Apart from those two matches, like, a lot of it was just like blah. And then everybody was hyping it up as one of the best WrestleManias ever. And I'm like, are you serious? Have you seen any other WrestleManias? Some of them have good matches on them, That was strange. Very strange. Wait, you see, this year we're gonna fucking love it. We'll go on the internet and everybody's gonna talk about how this year is gonna be the worst WrestleMania of all time.
It's already lined up to be an average WrestleMania. Like, they're making the Intercontinental title not really that worthwhile watching. It's going to be a great match, but like, it'd be even better without the Miz and Dolph Ziggler.
But then you remember the one last year? The one that big ladder match last year wasn't that good.
It wasn't that great, no. And I actually thought that was going to be really good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you can't just say, well, hoof a bunch of guys in a ladder match and hope it works out, because it didn't last time, and it had a lot of good guys in it. It just didn't click. So, if they thought it through more and planned it out a little bit better, they could come up with something more substantial. Because I don't see why they can't just have a couple of like WrestleMania matches, like proper one-on-one spectacle matches. Just like, it's okay to gimmick a lot of them. It's okay to gimmick most of the matches. But where's the harm in having one or two matches where we go, here's AJ Styles and here's somebody else, two guys who can wrestle. Just let them fucking wrestle. Let them go. Yeah. Let them have 20 minutes.
That's what WrestleMania used to be. It used to be all the dream matches all happening, and now it's just a whole load of
piss.
Like multi-man gimmick clusterfuck sort of matches.
Yeah, just nonsense, just throwaway stuff that they're not really spectacles anymore. They're just I don't know.
How long has Dolph Ziggler been knocking about WWE now?
It's gotta be
10 years.
It's gotta be about 10 years, I'd say.
Dolph Ziggler has never had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania.
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
100%.
Wow, that's.
Are you checking that out?
No, I've seen an interview with him that Renee Young Unfiltered thing on WWE.com on the WWE Network in December, and he was asked what he hasn't achieved in WWE that he still wants to achieve, and his main goal that he hasn't done is have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania.
That is ridiculous.
That's all the guy wants to do, and he hasn't.
I mean, if you've got a guy as good as Ziggler is, and we all know Ziggler's a pretty good worker, why would you not at all just give him you would set him up against somebody else in one-on-one, wouldn't you? Yeah. That would be that's the first fucking thing you think of doing. Why has he always been stuck in stupid ladder matches and stuff like this?
Yeah. Oh, that's abysmal.
That's unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it when I heard that.
That's crazy.
Okay, let's look at this here. We're bringing Jericho back for a draw. You know what I mean? Jericho brings a draw because he's one of the big guys from not the Attitude Era, but the post Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, still the Attitude Era too, I guess.
Yeah, sort of in between and the next sort of Ruthless Aggression era, but but anyway, they're bringing him back for a draw because let's face it, Jericho isn't going to win that match, and he's not really going to have anything big. He's not going to win titles and have any good runs. He just comes back for the company, and which is fair play to him, coming back to the company and helping people out. But could you imagine if Ziggler was the one doing this heel role against AJ Styles, leading up to an AJ versus Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania?
Yeah, wouldn't it be great? But
we've got both those guys in the roster. There are two guys that are still hungry for success, and AJ is actually, I think he's got to be a bit older than Ziggler as well. But it's because it's not just because Ziggler's been there for a long time, he's getting past it. But at some point he is just going to completely they're just going to lose out so much to the fact that they didn't give Ziggler enough. I mean, he's such a great worker, and he's such a good. Whenever he's copy and heel, he's such a good copy heel role, and I don't know.
Yeah. It makes Ziggler's bound to know himself. Matt Hardy can carry the team's title. Dolph Ziggler can walk in there and instantly be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You know how Wade Barrett's leaving when his contract expires.
Yeah.
You know that once he leaves, the way that happened to Drew McIntyre. Once he leaves, the independents are gonna eat him up. You know what I mean? He's gonna get so much work. Whenever Drew McIntyre left the WWE, within about 5 months or whatever, he had 5 different World Heavyweight Championships. At once.
So what's this with Wade Barrett? I hadn't heard this. So Wade Barrett's planning on leaving?
Yeah, once his contract runs up, he's just gonna.
I think it's this summer.
Yeah, he's just gonna let it expire, and he's gonna go back, to the independents. And that's because he feels he hasn't got the proper shot. And once he takes a break from the WWE, he's going to be able to use the exposure that he's had from being on TV to be able to go around the world and be a big draw for all these smaller companies, the way Drew McIntyre was. So they're going to put him over. They're going to make him their heavyweight champion, and he's going to make an awful lot of money. He's going to be very, very popular. And that's the thing that Dolph Ziggler should have done a while ago. Because that if he just makes himself big around the world, he'll end up coming back to the WWE anyway. And then he'll be a big guy. But the problem with Ziggler is he's just stuck it out. And so now he's just the guy that the WWE have. He's just the guy. You know what I mean? He's just the guy that works there. And he's now... I don't think he's ever going to get to the top ever the way he is.
I was so pissed at fans on the Roadblock show. I'm pretty sure at one point they were chanting "You can't wrestle" with Bart. And I was like, what?
Yeah, I remember catching "You can't wrestle" chant during that match, and it didn't really make sense because I thought all 4 of them, or all 4 of the guys in the match, were really good.
What about Big E? Big E's on fire, isn't he?
Something's really clicked with Big E in the last couple of months, and he's just turning it up.
Big E just his personality in ring, he's so exciting at the minute.
Yeah, the big ending that he had at Royal Rumble where he just caught someone out of the air was amazing. And then he counted Codebreaker into one on Raw last week. And this is as good as Biggie's ever been.
What about the belly to belly he was hitting on Roadblock? He's just throwing people like all over the place. Crazy, so good.
Yeah. Something has really changed in Biggie. Like, I always thought he was okay, but he's been awesome the last couple of months.
Like, it'll just be funny to see how what direction he'll go and who'll be top dog. And once WrestleMania's over, it'll hardly be. Well, Triple H will probably rivals more with Roman Reigns, won't he?
Maybe, hopefully not, but you never know.
But all the guys are coming back very, very soon. Like not long after WrestleMania, all the top guys are coming back. So things are going to really change.
Yeah, Cena's going to be back soon, right? Cena's going to come back probably after WrestleMania.
Do you know this is the first WrestleMania in 15 years Cena hasn't been a part of WrestleMania?
How many one-on-one matches has John Cena had at WrestleMania?
Oh, I'd say
probably about 15.
I'd say about 15
well,
too.
He had a triple threat one year, didn't he?
Oh, Dolph Ziggler would kill for a triple threat.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler hasn't seen a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Triple threats, actually.
Who?
Cena, I think, has had 2 triple threats in the year.
Nice. He's still doing pretty well for himself, that Cena.
But yeah, that's a workhorse right there. 15 WrestleManias in a row, goddamn.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That is pretty. I don't know why this thought came to me during the podcast. We're talking about matches and gimmick matches. Who remembers the 3 stages of hell, huh?
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
3 stages of hell was awesome. What was it, each of them picks a match or something, or?
Yeah.
I think the first time was just 3 random stipulations that Triple H and Austin would put together in. I think it was Triple H picked all 3 of the stipulations because he had the whole McMahon penalty faction going on.
Sounds like him.
It's a shame.
Got chosen the other ones.
It's a shame they don't have any really great technical submission wrestlers at the minute. Remember those awesome submission matches between Jericho and Benoit, Benoit and Angle, or I think
just a Queensbury Rules match between Jericho and
Queensbury Rules.
I
think we have Riddle mixed up in a match.
That was a beautiful match, man. That was great.
They do have submission guys, but just I think the fans are too stupid to really handle submission guys, so they're limiting to 1 submission each. Jericho knows a load of holds. AJ can do a load of submissions.
It doesn't sound drunk, do you not?
Me?
No, drunk.
What the hell?
Are you guys still there?
Disconnected again. What's happening?
What's going on?
You still there, Connor?
He's dead. He's dead again. This podcast is great because everybody dies.
Yeah, perfect. We need to rename this podcast. Podcast in the Pack of the World.
Yeah, is he coming back or what's the deal?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up? Are you actually there?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Where'd you go?
Can you hear us?
I can see the blue boxes around your icons. You're talking. But
yeah.
You can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything? No?
Yeah.
No? This is great. We probably should have wrapped this podcast up a moment ago, shouldn't we? And then we wouldn't have been in this mess. So, Connor, you can't hear us at all?
We're good. Can you hear me again?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear.
Yeah?
I can hear you again. Yeah, we're back.
What was that about?
Yep, we're good.
Excellent.
I don't know, it just it was getting real robotic and cutting out. And then, yeah.
Excellent. That's more fucking out of
still can't happen. It's really annoying.
Good times. Well, okay. Should we start wrapping it up? Because we're up to I think we're close to an hour now on podcast.
Yeah, sure. Wrap it up. We'll probably not do one.
Probably till after WrestleMania, right?
We'll see how it shapes up.
Just try and put one in like WrestleMania.
What do you call
yeah, one before
WrestleMania, and then maybe
one after WrestleMania. Yeah.
Talk about what we think bullshit calls and our predictions for it.
Yeah, we definitely got to do a prediction one before WrestleMania, and then we'll do one after. WrestleMania. Sorry, Connor's sounding really funny now.
We'll just shout bullshit a lot.
Yeah, that's. Do you want to do one?
Let's be positive. WrestleMania is going to be good. No bullshit. For change.
Yeah, this could be the one. This could be the one. You never know.
All right.
We'll do a live one for the WrestleMania.
Our positivity.
We're very positive people. We believe. We believe.
We do believe.
I believe.
You believe?
I believe. Okay.
Right, I'm gonna have to
wrap this up.
I have to end this here, chaps, because
yeah,
I can barely hear you now.
Yeah, audio's cutting out, and we're getting all kind of weird.
Go till your dad naked now. Okay. Okay.
Fair enough.
That sounds really disturbing to the listener of our podcast.
Well, they gotta get used to this kind of stuff.
We just said that's what you did.
That sounds really weird when he said like that.
That's to the level we're on.
Yeah, good talk.
Okay, we good?
Okay, well we'll catch up again for the pre-WrestleMania podcast, shall we? And then
what the hell?
What? I'm gonna have to cut all of this shit out. Can you believe this?
Oh, okay.
The time you cut this all out, we'll have like a 30-second podcast.
Oh god, yeah, brilliant. Just a slagging off Triple H. Good times. Okay, so
we never did do the Ballot Bashing podcast. We need to get that done.
We're never gonna do it. We're never gonna do it. We all love the Bellas too much.
Relevant, they're less probably good.
Yeah, it's not quite the same now that they're not constantly hogging the airwaves, but maybe we'll see how WrestleMania plays out. We'll go back and do it again. See if they make the return at WrestleMania. You never know.
Okay.
Connor's pretty much dead by this point. I can't hear him on the podcast at all. But we'll rendezvous again for WrestleMania. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, sweet.